Hello, everybody. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, whichever may be the case. I'm Erica or Ricky Mickey Plans, and I'm here to plan another week as the weeks keep coming, so we keep planning. This, my friends, is the week of Halloween. It's also the last full week of October. And I know people say this every time a new month rolls around, so it's kind of cliche, but I totally can't believe we're already ready for November. I know. I think it's part of getting older. Like, you just can't believe like the year's going as fast as it is. But yeah, there we go. So Halloween, I'm gonna do my old favorite trick. I'm gonna play with some inks. That would have been more impactful if that had been turned up right side up. But yeah, I'm gonna play with some inks and some cotton balls. So let me get set up for that. I'm gonna get rid of these Post-its and I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't get rid of the Post-its, but I moved them more inward because I'm going to do most of my inking around the outside of the page. So I'm going to get a blank piece of paper here so that I can get right up to the edge without doing anything to my desk. And I'm going to use another blank piece of paper to like dab off the ink. That'll make sense in a few seconds. So basically, I am not a stamper. A real true stamper person would probably be pretty embarrassed by what I do because there are tools for this, but I don't have them. So, you use what you have, right? So I am going to just take some ink, dab off the first little bit, and then just kind of go to town, kind of schmutzing up the edges of my planner. And I have grown to love this look on my planner. I've used it several times. I think I used it last Halloween. I know I've used black before, like for like my husband's 50th birthday. I think I even used it for my 50th birthday because you talk. There are all the black balloons and the over the hill things. So, but yeah, you don't have to use black. I've got videos on my channel where I've used peach. I think I've done green. Like, you can do anything. You just want to add, if you just feel like adding color, this is a great way to do it, in my opinion. Now, what I've always wanted to do, but never quite had the nerve to do, and maybe I should just go for it sometime, is to color the whole page with this. I get nervous about that just because if you do that, I feel like I lose some functionality because I won't be able to write over top of the inking. So if I'm going to do that, it's probably not going to be with black. I'll probably do that with a different color. But see how that looks? And it's just kind of spooky crazy. And I can add more, pull it in a little bit more, pull it out a little bit more. Again, I could do the whole page, but that unnerves me a little bit. Now over here, I can do a bit more black because I can do this whole sidebar business. Because I usually don't write directly on the sidebar. So I can do like a big, lots of black here. All right, so I'm going to finish this up doing exactly what you've seen here. And I'll be back with you in a second. So you never quite know what you're going to get when you do something like this. It's a very organic process. So like this, I'm not sure I love quite as much as the other side, but I think it'll work. But that's part of organic stuff and part of the, creative process is just, you have an idea and inspiration and then you just see where it takes you, right? So that's where it took me, is with that. Kind of want more black, but I might add that in a little bit and I'll show you why. That was inspiration 1. Inspiration 2 was these stickers that were in the stationery section at Target. Specifically, let me get these opened up and I'll show you what specifically. Specifically, not the pumpkins. Oh, these are all taped together. Not the pumpkins. They're not what I'm feeling. I'm going for the nighttime look, the black ones with the silver. Even though I'm also thinking I'm going to use some gold. So I'm going to be doing mixed metals. At least that's my thought right now. I did not know these were all taped together. That's kind of distracting. All right. Think that's all of them. Okay, so here's my thought. Do some bats. I think. Let me see. I didn't realize that purple would be there. It's got that purple edging. Not sure I want that. So bats may or may not come into play. We'll see. But definitely the dancing skeletons and definitely the ghosts. I don't know if I want to bring purple in. Let's see. We'll see about that. But definitely these ghosts. By the way, these glow in the dark. So I'm going to try to get at the end of this a picture like I normally do of the whole spread. But then I'm going to try to get a picture of it glowing in the dark. I don't know if I have the capability to do that with my phone, but I'll try. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Isn't that cute? Isn't that so cute? So I'm going to do the skeletons first because I think I just want them dancing along the bottom of this. So let's start with this guy who's kind of waving. He's saying hello to everybody. These are kind of just a different feel of a sticker that I'm used to working with. They remind me of like, if you're my age, you might remember the not like candy machines or gum machines, but it was a sticker machine and you'd put your quarter in and you get the stickers out and they were like shiny holographic metal looking things. And that's what these are too. At least that's what they remind me of. Okay. I also think that once I get these down, they may not come up because of just the nature of these stickers. So I've just got to be decisive and get them in. And now I'm just going to make some skeletons dance across the bottom. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tear his hand off. There we go. The bottom of this entire spread. Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious. Okay, I'm going to have fun with this, guys. This is going to be fun. That's going to be so cute. I can't wait. All right, my thought process while putting down these little dancing skeletons was just getting different heights and not having them completely be, spaced out evenly. So there's some closer together, some farther apart. That was kind of my hope. I don't know that I like him. He kind of looks like he's climbing out of the grave, which is sort of creepy. So I may not keep that one. But yeah, that's really kind of what I was picturing, and I sort of love them. They're so cute. It's so fun, except for him. I'm just gonna take him off. I'm just gonna make the decision now before he gets too adhered to the page. Oh, it came up easy. Oh, but he kind of ghosted there. You can kind of see it. Oh, here, I can take care of that. You could he kind of peeled up some of the ink when he came up. Okay. Okay. That's so cute. I don't know if you can see on camera, the actual skeleton, or if they just look kind of black, like black silhouette blobs, but in real life, those are kind of adorable. Okay, so now I want some ghosts and I want them kind of scattered throughout the page, and I think I want ink behind them. So I have to decide where they're going, but I also have a lot of function to do. So I kind of think I'm gonna do decorative and function at the same time this week. Yeah, I think I need to. But I can do some of these first because these are smaller things that I won't be using ghosts for. I'm going to use ghosts for more of the things that are like just this week stuff. So let me get my icon stickers and that I keep in my fancy Ziploc bag. It's not even Ziploc, it's Walmart brand. It's my zipper bag. And we're going to take care of some of these Post-its, knock them out. So Post-its are what I do, how I plan for reoccurring events. These are the things that happen pretty much every week. If they don't happen, it's, how about this? It's more likely that they will happen than that they won't. So I consider them reoccurring events for that reason. And so trash night is obviously one of those, which is also for our family shot night. And it's also clean out the litter box night because, you have to clean out the litter box before the trash gets collected. And I still have not figured out a good way. I used to just do trash and shot, and then I decided to add the litter box in because we got a second cat. My daughter got a cat. And now that I have all three, I always feel like it looks like I'm shooting the cat with the syringe, and that's not a good look. So I have to figure out how I'm going to lay those so that it doesn't look like I'm shooting the cat with the syringe. That should work. All right, so then I can take that Post-it and I can move it to next week. I can't move it to next week because next week is November, which is in my planner. So I'm just going to put them back here for holding, and I'll move them to next week when I put everything back in my planner. So there we go. This is my choir icon for my choir Post-it, but choir is not happening this week. It's church supper week, so I'm not going to worry about that. I can go ahead and put, this is the icon for game nights. I can go ahead and put an icon down here on Thursday evening for my husband's game night that he has with friends that he plays online, and I'll move this to next week. This game night, I'm positive, will not happen on Halloween because one of the families with whom we play has 3 kids who are going to want to go trick-or-treating that night. It's possible we'll move it to Saturday, but I won't know that for a while, so I'll just leave it off for now. So this is kind of my process. Go back and forth between icons and Post-its. So the next Post-it or icon in my stack is this church Post-it from Mochi Kichi. So I'll put that up here and then move this to the holding cell for next week. Normally we do flea and tick treatment on the 1st, but we were late last month, so I'm going to do this later in the month. My husband has a rehearsal after church on Sunday, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Move that to the holding cell for next week. See how this just kind of goes? And it would go, honestly, even faster if I weren't doing it on video, right? And not having to talk through it all. Don't hear me saying you guys are in the way. I'm choosing to do videos. But, so then I will take some soccer balls for my son's soccer games that he plays. These are not a huge importance for me to put down, but I just like knowing where my family's going to be if that's possible. So move that to the holding cell for next week. Move that to the holding cell for next week. And that is the end of Post-its. I do still have a few icons left. I have this habit tracker, but I'm pretty sure there's one in a sticker book that I'm going to use instead because it's gray. And then I have these guys that are for my to-do list, which I will come back to at the end of this video. So the next thing I want to get in is Spirit Days for Red Ribbon Week. The last week of October is sort of a national movement, I want to say. I'm not really sure that how to phrase that, but I'll go with movement. That a lot of schools and probably other organizations, but definitely schools focus on, which is called Red Ribbon Week. And it's, speaking out against addiction and things like that. And we have spirit days that go along with that. And because I teach in 2 different schools, I'm a public school music teacher, and I teach most of my day in the elementary, but I have a few periods of middle school. I have 2 dress-up days each week, or each day of the week. Because, of course, elementary and middle school don't talk to each other and do the same spirit days. No. Even though I have to tell you, we're technically in the same building. Like, it's kind of silly, but we don't. We don't do them the same. So I'm going to do my spirit days sort of like this. And if you're wondering why I'm not putting one on Monday, that will make sense in a little bit. So some of these boxes have like gold flecks in them and some of them do not. So I'm trying to get at least one gold fleck and one solid one each day, but that's not a big deal. Before I do that, though, I want to put Halloween at the top of this. So this is the red seasonal book, and I have not used the Halloween sticker out of here yet. And this is why I was talking about the gold accents. So I'm just mixing metals. So Halloween. All right. And then I don't love the little speech bubble things, if you haven't figured that out. I have nothing against them. They just don't do anything for me. So I'd say goodbye to them. So we'll put dress up day. It's kind of hard to do because of the mushroom hole, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. Like this. Now, I think I'm going to try to integrate the ghosts into these, so I'm not pushing them down too hard because I might put some ghosts in and out of these. Get these stickers off. Like, around and under these little boxes. So tell me, at what age when you were younger did you stop dressing up for Halloween? And then if you did, what age did you start dressing up for Halloween again? I think I stopped, I shouldn't say we. I stopped pretty much in high school, maybe middle school. Nope, I still dressed up in middle school. But high school, I don't think I dressed up at all. If I did, I just sprayed my hair a cool color or something like that. I didn't do much. I wasn't like a character. I was just different. And then I don't think I dressed up again until I had kids. My college years, that wasn't really a thing. Nowadays, that's a thing, but it was not when I was there, or at least I just wasn't in that crowd. I don't know. All right, that's dress up days. I kind of want to mix some ghosts into that. So my thought is I'm going to have to lift these a little and stick some ghosts behind them is what I kind of want to do. I do want to put something else on here first. So the reason I don't have a dress up day for Monday is because Monday we don't have school. It is a teacher training day. And so I was going to use this box. Yeah, I can use this box. No, it's got blue in it. Yeah, it's fine. It also has that kind of smushy look of these, so I like that. By the way, this is the Cosmic Watercolor book. And so I'm going to take this to mark our teacher work day that we have. And I'm going to put this under this. Oops. I don't want to sneak into here because I'm going to put a quote sticker there. So there's not much room to write here, but I don't need a lot of room. The schedule that we're going to have is set, so I don't need to put that in my planner. They're just going to come over announcements and say, go to this one, go to that one. So that's pretty much done for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs to go in the upper portion, because I kind of plan this is stuff I have to think about for all day long. This is during the day, and this is more evening, sort of, kind of. And so I'm trying to think of anything else that needs to go on the upper half, because ghosts have to float and they have to be in the upper half, of course. And there is on Thursday, the plumber is coming again. This will be the third time that the plumber has come. He came one day last week, and then he came again this morning. I always plan on Saturday mornings, and it's still Saturday morning because as soon as he got here and got started, he got an emergency call from someone else, so he had to leave. So now he's coming back Thursday morning. So he'll be here most of the day Thursday, unless he gets called out on another emergency. Who knows? And I think that's it for kind of the top. Oh, nope. Got a big Saturday thing I need to mark in. Sorry, there's a lot going on. My son, who is a chemist, is doing a poster conference. I think I said that right. A poster conference on Saturday, which I'm not going to. I asked him, I'm like, can parents go to this? He's like, Mom, this is not a school thing, which he's right. It's not. But I'd like to go to see what he does. But at the same time, that seems a little odd, right? So, but yeah, he's basically, I asked him, I'm like, what is a poster conference? And it's a science thing, a STEAM thing. And the way he explained it to me, it basically seems like a grown-up science fair. Like he literally will have to make a poster for it. Like the trifold science fair posters that we used to make in school. He's gonna make one of those. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I'm I'm out of my wheelhouse when it comes to that, so I'm just listening to him and learning. I didn't like that extra block of black there, so I just thought I would omit it. All right. That is a very top heavy thing, but maybe that will get balanced out when we get some other things in and when we get some ghosts in. So here's what I'm thinking for ghosts. I know I don't want to use him. He's scary. I don't like him. But like, let's talk this guy. Ooh, these stickers come off nicely. And if I could get him to kind of weave in there, you know what I mean? I think that could be a fun look. Now it'll make it look weird in the glow in the dark picture that I take of it, but whatever, that's fine. This is not about the glow in the dark, really. That's just a happy plus. And I'll take that and that. And you see the look I'm going for? Oh, it's cute. What if I go even weirder? Not weirder, but more organic looking. And I take his little tail and it goes over. Oh, yes. Now I like that a lot. Okay. So I'm going to do that with more of these and just kind of play around with some ghosts here. Oh my goodness, is that not the cutest? I still think I kind of want to put some ink behind these guys, so I'm going to be really extra here, and I'm going to lift them up because they do lift decently, especially right now while they've barely been down. And I'm just kind of going to give a little shadow peeking out from, where they're going to be, like that. Isn't that fun? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, sometimes this makes them not stick as well, especially when I put them down while the ink is still kind of damp. But I'll make that work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is making me very happy though. Because the ghosts already kind of have that shadow look inside them, right? So this is just, I don't know. I feel like they go together. I feel like it works. I feel like it works. And I'm just, barely doing it. So I don't even need to pull more ink onto my cotton ball here. Sorry, I'm like a child. I know I am. I know I am. But it's stuff like this that makes me happy, and that's part of why I got involved in decorative planning in the first place was the creative part, of course, but also just the joy. Like sometimes planning out your week can be like, I could look at this busy week I've got and feel stressed about it and feel a drudgery, or I can be like, hey, let's make this kind of fun. See, he doesn't want to stick as well because that ink's wet, but if that keeps going through the week, I'll just take a glue stick and stick him down. It'll be fine. Oh my goodness. There's going to be another ghost or two out here, just so you know. But for now, I'm happy. Cut off that little ghost hand. Oop. Okay, now that's all I had planned. So now I got to think about the rest of this. All right, so I said I was going to put a quote. There I am. Cosmic Watercolor book. This sticker says, "You are exactly where you need to be." I don't know if that's a message I'm like needing to hear right now, but it's still a nice message in general. Ta-da! All right, and I need a box for my step. Nope. Yes, steps. And I don't think this book has any, but there's another book. I believe if I go back to this book, the black and white where I got these from, I believe there is there's just a box, like a regular old box that I can use. And it has the gold flecks too. So I'll take that, and this will be for my steps. I'm going to pull this down a little further, just because I may end up putting a ghost or something in between these two. We'll see. I don't know that I will, but I can now, right? I mean, I could look right now. I could take this little guy. He's not too big. Okay, he's cute. I think I will. I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna put him there, but I want to get the steps labeled first. Well, let's just do that. Let's just do the steps label. Got it right here. And then I can decide where everything should go. So if the steps label goes right over this gold little underline, as if it's supposed to, as if I planned it to be underlined. And then I can put this little ghost chair. Oh, yes. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. All right. It's the little things, folks. It's the little things. And since we're talking about steps, what I will do is not use this green dot marker from last week, but I will use this gray dot marker from this week. And I will make 7 dots because there are 7 days in a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And now I will keep track of my steps right there. All right, a few more things I need to put in. My husband and my son both have eye appointments on Thursday. Thursday's getting filled up, but I do have room for it. So I will put this in here. And then I have, and honestly, my husband's going to end up helping me with it. He just doesn't know it yet. I have a talent show I'm helping out with on Tuesday night. The PTO has decided they want to do a talent show, and they need help with the lights and the microphones and stuff like that. And so as the music teacher, that falls on me. So I am going to cut off the moon because I want to cut off the moon, I think. I don't know. I mean, it's nighttime, right? Let's leave the moon. Leave the moon. All right, the talent show is in the evening. So there we go. And I'll move his soccer game. I feel like I need to use this one more place now. But I don't think I have anything else. Tell you what, something's going to happen on Saturday. Do I know what? No. Could it be that game night I talked about? Possibly. And if it's not the game night, it'll be something else. So let's put one of these for Saturday. I don't know what will happen on Saturday, but something will happen. So we'll just put this so that we have 2 of those, because just having one is weird, you know, design-wise. And that'll work. That'll work. And we can make a ghost peeking out of there. Couldn't we? We could. We could make a ghost peeking out of both of them. What if I do the little, like, sunglasses one, like he's a superstar for the talent show? You know what I mean? And then we'll do one down here for whatever Saturday is going to be. We don't know what Saturday is going to be. Who knows what's coming? I am going to work on my to-do lists. So I need to do a little bit more schmutzing. And basically for my to-do lists, I use these little partial sheets from Levenger. But if you don't have access to these or don't want to buy them, you can cut an old planner page. You could just cut paper and punch it. You know, there are lots of ways to do this, but I don't mind paying Levenger for it because they've already done the work, and that makes me glad. So I'm going to schmutz up my to-do list edges. And so what I will do now is I will get some more ghosts. Right, and then I need to write that this is one of these is my to-do list at work, and one of these is my to-do list at home. So this says to do at home, and this says to do at work. And then these will live. Let me get my planner and show you my planner pages, my spread. These will live right here. That means they also need a dancing skeleton or 2 on them, don't they? More dancing skeletons. All right, that was fun. I like this. Does it need, here's my last question. Does it need color? Should I add in some purple bats? That is the question. would be the only color on the page would be the bats. What do you think? I don't know if you can even see the color. Like, I feel like on video, it just kind of reads black. It is kind of boring. Let's add color. Let's do it. Let's add purple bats. Let's just go with it. All right, tell me the truth. Did I ruin it? I feel like I kind of did. All right, let's leave it at that for now. And then I do think I'll use purple highlighter because why not? So I'm going to go back over these dots with a purple dot marker. And then I will use some highlighter for these other things. So for the soccer game here, what if I go really extra and I make it like a darker purple by blending it with some gray? Okay, that I kind of dig. I do this sometimes. I know, I'm extra. So this is for that soccer game. This is for that game night. This is for church. I won't need to use gray highlighter on that because it's got that ink. And this is for my husband's rehearsal. And then I will just be a little extra and tone down that kind of lavender look with some gray highlighter here. It's still purple, but it's not like in your face. Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. I don't hate the purple as much. I think I ruined it by putting the purple, but I don't hate it as much as I did a second ago. So ruined it, whatever. It is what it is at this point. It's a planner, right? It'll be fine. So this, my friends, is my spread for the week. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please give this video a like. That would really help out. And if you want to see more, especially when I do crazy stuff like this, give my channel a like. It will, or give my channel a subscribe. I'm mixing things up. It'll help my channel out. And it'll let you know right when I get a video come out. I usually do them about once a week, unless something weird comes up and I can't. But I'm pretty reliable for once a week. So if you want to do that, that would be fantastic. But besides that, I hope you have a great week, a great red ribbon week, if that's something you do, a great Halloween, if that's something you do, and a great start to November, because that's definitely something you do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for planning with me. Have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy planning. Bye-bye. I'm back. I lied to you. I'm going to add a teeny bit, and I should have done this at the beginning instead of the end, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to regret it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to add just a teeny bit of purple, kissing the edge of this inking. Just a hint of purple. Let me see. Better? Worse? I think it's okay. All right. That's it. Thanks. Bye-bye.